must engage the darkness. If you are going to regain the memories lost to you, you must stay strong.
A lone child's presence does not bode well for the circumstances.
No one can pass.
And inquisitive. It will be difficult.
Well, that's just perfect.
But try to remember. You are never alone.
Welcome everyone to Beckoned Development Weekly Stream, episode 64. I am so sorry that I got late on this one. Dwight, the link's in the chats. If you could, go ahead, jump in here. But guys, sorry about that. Funny enough, second occurrence in a week, my dog locked me out of the house again. So he likes to jump on the door when I walk outside, and when he jumps on the door, his paw slides down and latches the lock. So I might have to open up TeamViewer and try to get Dwight in on that here in a second. Bangering, everybody. Thank you all for showing up again. This is going to be our last night of our Fun Party Fridays, but on our last day, we'll do one more hit. I can't now, trying to drive. Okay, so Dwight's on his way home, so we'll be good. All right, sorry, dude. But yeah, love you, man. I'm sorry. Like I said, dog locked me out. I got a second key made now, so it shouldn't happen again, but what a freak accident. So, guys, sorry about that. Let me get into the thing. We are Zade Studios. I'm going to try getting some music playing here for a second. We're Zade Studios, and we've been crowdfunding BECKONED for the past, 26 days. We got 4 days left on it. And miracles can happen. That's why we're still doing this, thing. We don't giving up hope. But BECKONED is a 20-hour epic JRPG that follows 3 main young adventurers that are scurrying across these wild landscapes as they try to find a stolen necklace. But as they are doing this, they are pulled into a political upheaval between 2 major superpowers, Denethite and Loden crystals. So like I said earlier today, we got another we got Handsome Face Dean that grabbed our t-shirt collection, so thank you, Dean. But yeah, our perks are right here in right underneath all that and up front. But it's an add-on system. You can customize your own package, mix and match all you want, but this package here is full of cool stuff. And so if you go into this thing and get some cool stuff, you can add on some more cool stuff and have a cool stuff package. A little bit of description of the detail of the perks lies underneath that, as well as all the perks on the right. We have a sculpture here. It's based off of a clay sculpture I did. And then we took that to pictures of it and took it to our guy Harry, who's resculpted it in ZBrush and has 3D printed them. And we're going to be hand painting and numbering those, or I will be. Sorry, hit the space bar. Underneath that is our game description of the mechanics of the twist to the turn-based system with our real-time combat. But if you're having a rough time understanding what we're talking about, you can go to Steam now and try BECKONED Prototype for free, and go ahead, try it out, and let us know what you think of the discussions. And if you like it, come back here. We can put you into the game as creating a character of you. We have other large perks such as the original artwork, but the exploration kind of covers our backstory, the world building, just a little bit of hints of it. Including with our protagonists and their character descriptions or little mini bios, towns and some of the towns and the descriptions of those, and then our characters of Devonis are major non-playable characters, and they're set up in such an order that if you read through this, you'll have a better understanding of the world we're trying to create for you. So underneath this, we mentioned we've been looking for music, and since over the 60 days, we've been growing a great pool of talent to pull from. And our platform plans is from PC, Mac, and Linux. And if that all goes right, we're going to move to the Switch and then start looking at other consoles after that. The team is just me and my older brother, Dwight. And at this point, I consider everyone that keeps helping us so much as part of that team. Our biggest help is Scoot. She's been with us from the beginning, but all of you guys have helped out in so many ways. But we couldn't be happier. Of course, hitting the goal would be happier, but being realistic, this has been a great experience, and we can't wait to do it again. We have a description of what we need, what we've been looking for, another reminder that Beck can demo on Steam. And then we got our stretch goals, which are major additions to the game, plus these little smaller mystery goals that act as ladder runs. If we hit 68, I would reveal what that goal is, and we would hit that, and those would be smaller runs to get us to the 125 and so on and so forth. But we do go on and describe a little bit of what our gold tier is, which add a gardening mechanic so you can grow your own resources, to make your own items, to use and consume in combat and keep you leveling and grinding. But the gardening system itself, we would want to incorporate a lighting system that takes our 2D sprites that are animated, and we're able to move a light source around them, giving them form, definition, and it works for the environments as well. So what we would like to do is incorporate this lighting system across every aspect of Beckon and really bring it to life utilizing that Unreal lighting system. A little bit of my personal closing thoughts over, why I want to do this, what I want to come out of it, and then a little hint that this is a Hobbit to a Lord of the Rings story, trilogy later, and then we're going back in time too with some other stuff. But a glossary here, just in case you're having problems pronouncing some of the names or don't know what the hell they mean. But yeah, guys, that was me shilling our project, and I'm already 20 minutes into the show, and that's what we got. So Dwight's going to be running out. Anyone want to kind of jump in and be part of this? Usually I got Joe jumping in. No, I think you'd be fun to jump in if you're open to it. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's the party. It's the fun party that really I got a comic book and stuff that I'm working on, so maybe I might show off a little bit of what I'm working on there. But yeah, earlier today I was working out these frames during my dailies. Walked away, ran a couple errands, and then got locked out of the house right before this happened. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Who do we got in the chats? We got Bud. We got, Dwight's, yeah. And we got, yep. Thanks, Bud. And Collision Bomb, yeah. Bangarang Noah, thank you, sir. And Reese, yeah, sorry you're late. I was late. So, yeah, guys, welcome. Usually when Dwight's here, he kind of moves some things along, asking about how things have been doing. I kind of recap them on what we've been doing. And what we've been doing, you guys have been kind of reminded of every day. I've been posting. I think I missed yesterday's post, but here we are. So what I'm doing with this comic book is I'm in a process that's not on a technical right way. Like, I'm moving into this fast. Okay, who we got? Noah, yeah. What's up, buddy? How you doing? All right. My dog's too smart for my own good.
Yeah. I mean, how did you get locked out? Because don't you have a key? Like, can't you just unlock the door from the other side, right?
Well, right, if I had the keys on me, but they were in the house. I walked outside, and he jumped up on the door, shutting it, and his paw slid down on the deadbolt, locking it. So I was like,
gotcha.
What? But yeah, that's the second time that's happened this week. And the only time, yeah. Why didn't you get a second key then? Because I thought it was such a freak accident.
Yeah, it's like the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
It's hilarious, and it happened twice. So
wow,
yeah. I got a key now.
Nice, good. Just make sure that you have that key on you and you don't leave it in the house with the
No. I'm blonde, Noah, but come on.
And then next week, whatever, you're like, hey guys, sorry I'm late. I got locked out of my house.
And that's that's true, Collision Bomb. Bubba does love me. He's awesome. He's a good dog. But yeah, so earlier you and me were talking about this panel, and we were going on about this small skinny ones running across. Now I think maybe the height of these may be too overpowering.
So I don't know if you saw, but I sent you a message on Twitter of like what I was thinking. So right now you have them like all going down, like for the most part. What I was trying to say earlier was have one that's higher, then one that's lower, then one that's higher, and one that's lower.
Okay.
Not in a staircase like how you have it now.
Yeah.
But this kind of works if you want to keep it. And
because
then, like,
it kind of guides down into it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so it kind of works, but like if you do it like this, like right here, whatever, and then like if you make some wider than the other ones, you don't just mess with it, because then when you read it, it'll be like bam, 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 and then you'll get to the big panel.
Yeah.
Now the only thing is, they're kind of very tall, you know, so they're kind of cutting into that top panel a whole lot.
Right.
So maybe if you shrink it down a bit, that might help.
Yep. That's kind of where I was gonna go. I think we're on that same wavelength. Let's see if I can get these down.
Yeah. And then how big is your total image? If you could tell me, like how, just so I
33,000 by.
Can you convert it to
3,300? Okay, yeah. Man, you comic guys like your inches.
Yeah, we do.
Nah, like in games, I always work in pixel count. So let's see. Tools, rulers. Where are we at? Rulers. Units and rulers. Go. Type inches. Yeah. So 11 by 17.
Okay, good. That's the size I work at. So the reason why I ask is so I can figure out how how big those panels are in relationship to the page, so I can figure out how small it will be when it gets shrinked.
And those will be very small.
Yeah, those will be like about the size of like those characters. Remember?
Yeah.
So
there's not a lot of information I can get into them if there's, say, 5 across. My other worry was I don't know what I can tell between these two frames. 5 frames through.
Didn't you say it was like transforming or something? Didn't you say like something was happening in between when it's like that big bright thing at the top to when it's not gonna be?
It's just more like thoughts of the tuner's own memories. So I don't really want to tell too much of this, but here. So what's happening, Noah, is in my world, the wizards use crystals to meditate. And in this particular chamber, this type of meditation is much more powerful. These are kind of like your high wizards, right?
Okay.
So they're using this load-in ability, this crystal ability, farther more than anyone else takes it.
Right.
The reason why is the type of chamber they're in. This allows them to kind of go into this meta space or astral plane. So what's happening is he's concentrating, and his mind, what I'm trying to illustrate here, is his physical body still present in a physical space.
But his mind is leaving his body.
Right. His mind is not leaving his body, but it's more like it's aware of other things. It's aware of this other space more than the physical. So I'm trying to deteriorate the real physical world and bring his mental state into this other meta space. So from here, when everything starts to get broken down, that's why I switch to the next page is something so crazy. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna have to mess with the styles up here. But by this frame here, the middle one, he's totally transported his consciousness into this state. And then that's measured by this kind of
So is this the next page after the one that you just showed me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so it goes from that page to that page, and then now what's the next page?
The one we've been working on. So here.
Okay.
So what's happening?
Tell me what's happening in this page.
So to do that is from this point in the story where his whole being or consciousness is only aware of this formation thing, fractals, what I call it. That's all his mind can conceive now. It goes dark. It goes black into like a blackout, right? That gleaming light fades down to a small little glimmer in the distance, and we get some little like lens flares happening there. I gotta fix that lens flare because it pops out down here. But from that point, the first image that kind of pops out of that darkness is this image. So what's the reason that this is happening? Okay. In the story, I'll try to allude to that a bit more, but this image just flashes in his brain.
Okay, so what page number is this page?
Probably 10, but it's page 9 right now.
Okay.
How long is the book going to be? I'm shooting for 24.
Okay, so the reason why I ask that is because you have to know what page will be on the left side.
Right.
And which one's going to be on the right side. So normally, odd numbers are on the right and even are on the left. So normally what happens is you get a comic book, you open up the cover, the inside cover is the credits, and then that first page there is 1. You turn that, and then it goes 2, 3, turn it, 4, 5.
Yep.
So if this is going to be, you said 10, it's going to be, if it's 10,
it's going to be on the left.
That means, which is going to mean you're going to have just turned the page from the previous one.
Right.
So I wouldn't have that top panel be the first panel on this page because the reader
going
isn't
to black to that.
Yeah, if this was on the right, then the reader would see that panel from the last page, like they would see that and then the top panel. But because you're turning the page, you're not going to be seeing, this page right here anymore. You're going to need to, I would say, either you're going to have to put another panel in.
Yeah,
for this page.
Okay, yeah.
To show, okay, there's nothing there or whatever, and then there's this thing.
Yeah, do you
because
remember?
Right now what's happening is my brain's going, so it went to like a new scene, or it went forward in a time, like a whole lot, like there was a time jump. I'm not getting that it's in the same spot.
Right.
So what you could do is we're gonna see, this is normally why we do the thumbnails really small, because we figure all this out. I would say we have to get rid of those 5 panels, move the top panel down so it's kind of in the middle of the page,
and start up front. I had another way of kind of working this out. I like how that previous page does go from this to this. Yeah. From the mesmerizing shapes to that.
That's cool.
But I'm wondering if, and I hate to do this again for the next page, but put a straight up black box up there, insinuating that's what I'm saying. Totally fades to black, and then we get this flash of this deal.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So move that top panel down so it's kind of in the middle of the page, and then I've got an idea for what we can do for these panels. We can do 2 horizontal ones, make them skinny, and then I'll tell you what we could put in them.
Yep, I got to get rid of some messy stuff real quick.
Yep.
Hit up. Oh, and that's changing some of my blend options. So we're going to come back out. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to copy this little guy, but we're going to turn him off. Come up here, turn that back on, rasterize that guy, come in, delete. Now it doesn't mess up my blend options. So come up in here, aha, you see that nastiness. So back to the same thing. Copy. Now what you really could do is jump right back into these blend options after making that happen.
Yeah, but
and
that
save
that
it.
yeah, you know.
Yeah. So a little bit more here. But yeah, dude. So what time works better for you? Like, I was gonna go. I was gonna go 9 o'clock at
Not
night.
wait. Not at night. Yeah, that's good.
If we don't have art bros, that's my only worry.
Right.
Is usually me and Joe have art bros during that time.
Right.
So
So what you could do? So what days do you have art bros?
well, Joe's supposed to be changing up the schedule. So
Oh, boy.
right now, I don't know. But usually, what it has been Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Okay, so like when he gives you the new schedule, you could have it at 9 o'clock on the days when you don't have art bros.
Mhm.
Then on the days when you do have art bros and it's not at 9 o'clock, because I think I remember hearing like sometimes it's earlier, then just do it there.
Yeah.
But you know, I like people I think follow you on Twitter. I know I follow you on Twitter.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, you're going live. So it's like it doesn't matter if it's not the same time every single day.
Well, that
But, like,
helps.
So it's like, you know, I mean,
I'm just trying to stay consistent, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
I
like,
get it.
as long as you do it like every day, because that's like kind of like what you've got going, whatever
Yep.
with like the series, then like that's pretty good. Because I mean, people know that life happens, and sometimes you can't do everything at the same time. But
But I try.
yeah, oh yeah. I'm saying to try, but I'm like saying like don't beat yourself up over it,
Yeah.
you know. But
Oh, I totally feel you. Like today, I'd been like, yeah, dog locked me out. Don't know what to say, guys. Love you.
yeah.
Oh, why can't I get rid of that? Why is that not
Wait,
disappearing?
why don't you just select all of the layers and then just take your selection tool and just select that panel and just drag it down?
Because that's what I'm trying to get it set up into. It was all messy.
Wait.
It was all messy, dude.
Hit Control A, and then that should select all. Wait, no. Okay, how do you select all the layers? I forget how you do it. But
I
just
don't know.
select.
It's for some reason. Oh yeah, this guy up here. That thing. My Shrek finger. So I need to grab this thing right here, right there.
All right.
Grab this. And get the hell rid of it. That's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah.
My stinking sausage fingers. Okay, back to right here. We were talking about moving this thing down.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move we're gonna move everything down. Oh, see, we're gonna move everything down that we can, and then bring this frame back up once we get this centered. Oh, glory to the Lord Jesus.
Okay. That's too far down.
So you're
Okay,
wanting
so-
it in the middle.
A little bit. A little bit down. A little bit more. Yeah,
Maybe.
like that.
Here.
Yeah, a tiny bit higher. Yeah, so you see that like mark on
Yeah.
the template? Go like maybe like an inch higher than that. Keep going. A little bit more. A little bit more. That's good. Scroll out. Zoom out. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
So you wanted a
We could
centered
even.
panel.
Yeah. And
Gotcha.
now here's what I'm thinking. Okay. Can you go back to the previous page? I want to see what type of panels you've been doing. Okay, so you got some horizontal ones. Okay, so we'll stick with horizontal for the most part. Okay, go back. So let's do 2 horizontal panels. They'll be pretty skinny, but just to create 2 like panel borders, both
Yep.
like the same size, and above that middle panel, and have it stretch all the way across. You know, as
Yep.
far as you normally do.
My bro's typing in here real quick. Come on, there we go. I had panels in here. I'm finding them. Give me a second.
Yep.
Right here. I need those guys down this way. I'll fix it in a second.
Yeah, so that's too fat. Make it be skinnier. More
Right, you were talking about tall ones.
no, I was talking about make them be wide, but don't make them be tall. Make them be skinny, like
Okay.
width wide. Like so, have them, yeah, like
So
that.
I need to go
yeah,
up that.
yeah, like that, and then copy that, and then paste one below it. So you have two on you. You have
Okay.
two of them.
Two on
Yep.
top.
And then zoom in a little bit, just so I can. And then yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. And now what you can do is, you so go back to the other page so I can see what that last panel looked like. Okay, so you basically have it almost completely gone. So for the top panel there, let's make that be all black, right? So it's completely gone. And then we could let's make it so it's fading out, right? And then all of a sudden, bam, it comes back into this new thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what if we do like a
burst?
like it's just like white, like it's like some color, whatever. It's like we can't tell what's happening, and then bam, we see the new thing there. Almost like like you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like almost like a flash or something like that. That way then
like a jitter or something.
Yeah.
Something staticky, something jittery.
Yeah. But like almost as if it's like a burst of light, right? Like it's going like, and then bam, we see this new thing. Because that should help us. It should help convey, okay, it's black, and then bam, and then there's this new thing there. I think that should make it be clear for everybody.
Okay, so our page color will have our white borders and our in-betweens. Correct?
It's really up to you.
I mean, could still
in
fill
my
the page
book,
with this. With this piece. I could still fill up the page with this. Right? Like to the bleed is what I'm saying. Like,
oh, yeah, like you could do like a full bleed. Actually, you know what you could do, which would actually be kind of cool? If you make that be like, you know what a splash page is? You know what that is?
everyone uses it differently from tattoo, from games. I'm sure.
Okay, well, in comics, it's when you have like one image that takes up like the whole page.
Yeah.
So we can make that be almost like a splash page, but then we have the panels on top of it. Very similar to the previous page.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Trying to just bring it all the way out as far as I can.
Yeah, so we can
I've been using that quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing because it takes up space.
Yeah.
like one of the guys in Conkscape, whatever, Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah.
He does Cyberfrog. He does a lot of panels where they're full bleed and they go out completely to the edge.
Yep.
And it's just because it helps make it.
It fills it out.
Yeah, and it makes it look like you're getting more than you're actually getting.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I had this piece as a lot larger.
Here's what I want to. Okay, go to the layer or whatever that has that panel on it. And just free transform it so it takes up the whole image. It might not work. It probably won't. But
I can just add. I could just extend this.
Yeah, but what if you make
that's not hard.
Why? So when you watch something be big, right? Normally you make it be small so you can see the scale of it compared to other stuff. But in your world, whatever, there's really no way to give scale.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is to just make it be big, because you're not going to be able to get scale. But if you make it be big, then the reader gets to go, whoa, look at that cool big thing and all the detail.
I got you.
So if you make it be a little bit bigger, that might help it out a bit. But you don't have to. I'm spitballing. You know.
I'm working on it right now. Just selecting on my layers to scale, buddy.
Yep. Yeah, something like that.
No, because that was wider.
You know. What did what did you just do?
I just 90
What
degree
happened?
flipped it.
Uh,
I can get because it was more horizontal. I
Mhm.
needed to be vertical. The
Right.
orientation of it doesn't matter to me. I just because again,
Yeah.
no directional relation or even scale relation. So
Yeah.
grab it like that and see if I can't keep going with it. So where this other so that you saw me bring this back black panel and bring it out to the margins. And so all my
Right.
other art's not really meeting with it just yet. Hold up. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to lose some of
You
this.
know what? Yeah, but I mean, that's why we do the thumb. Well, you're not too. Are you committed to having that detail in there? Because if you are, we could do something different.
I'm not. When you say detail, what do you mean? Like, all right,
Like,
so
but I'm
this
talking about all
stuff.
that stuff. No, I'm talking about the stuff that you drew that's now getting cut off. Because you did put work into that, like those like spiky things on the left.
Oh, those were quick, dude. That's what I'm saying. I
Okay,
can
good.
extend those. I could work with those.
Yeah.
Those are easy to make.
So go back to the previous page, real quick. Okay. So right now it's about the size of like that like middle glow spot, you know? It's about that size.
Yep.
So do you want it to be okay, what's more important? I mean, well, do you want to have this new thing be like bigger than that middle glow?
To be honest
Or
with
do you
you,
want to have more of the stuff that's around that glow in the new page?
so it's not like his head is turning to different areas. It's that glow spot right there is basically the same area as what this occupies. It's just all of a sudden this image blinks into that space.
So when you do comics, right, you don't want everything to be the same size.
Right.
So I'm asking, so right now that circle thing is about the same size as the circle thing in the other page. So I'm saying, would you rather have that thing be bigger in the page and be able to do some cool detail like when you ink it, or would you rather have more of what's around that, you know, sphere, like those swirly lines, whatever?
I'd rather have this
Okay, great.
detailed in the center point. All this stuff is just accents.
Okay, cool. So I'd say make it be even bigger.
Oh, okay.
That way then, because so if you would rather have that be the center point, then let's just make it be even bigger, man.
All right. Yeah, you're the go for it guy, so we're gonna go for it. Boom.
And if we don't like it, we can always Control Z.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's getting kind of cool now, right?
Yeah.
Because it's becoming big, right? So when the reader's reading this, and also because they're going to be turning the page to it,
yeah, it's gonna
be like a wow moment for the reader, which is what you want. So yeah. So what do you think about that size?
I like it.
Okay. Now, do you have a white border around that black panel at the top?
I do now.
Okay, good. So that's gonna be cool. So then we're gonna have the black panel, and then we're gonna have like an explosion type thing, and then bam, we're gonna get hit by this. This is actually kind of cool, the shapes that you've got. And okay, so I don't know how you wrote your script out, so I don't know what you have to say in this page.
Okay.
Because right now what I'm thinking we don't need a lot more panels, because I'm thinking this has a cool image to it that we should almost just let it breathe on its own, just those 3 panels. But I don't know how much story you have to tell in this page. Because I know when I write my stories, I have to convey a certain amount of story beats. I have to say blah 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 in that page, and if I don't, then it messes all the other pages up. So I don't know how much story you need in this page. So
I'll be fine.
Okay, good.
If I'm just able to get away with those, like, of course, this second frame has to have kind of an explosion, starburst looking thing.
Are you gonna do sound effects?
Yeah, I mean that'd be part of.
Okay. So, are you ready for this? There's this thing where you do a sound effect, but you make the sound effect be the panel border. So real quick, Noah, say that real quick. I got to start saying hi to the chat. Okay. Some people are like, they don't even know we're here. So yeah. I'm sorry. No, it's
sorry,
fine.
Guys. My bad. But what were you saying about that? And I'll address everyone. Sorry, everyone.
Basically, you can do a sound effect. So, like, say the sound effect is boom, okay? That's basically your panel, but you do the drawing inside of that thing.
Yeah.
Here, are you getting what I'm saying? Or I can draw it out real quick. For that, like the panel underneath the black panel, if you're going to do a sound effect, you can do a sound effect for that panel, and then in that panel, that's going to be the sound effect. You can do that, that lighting effect thing where it's like an explosion of light. That way, then it will kind of look cool because it will blend in with the sound effect, so the reader will read it as a sound effect, but they'll get the visual image of what's happening. We could do that if you want.
Right. Oh, I like that. Oh, guess what? My brother's in it. Noah. Meet my older brother Dwight. He's a programmer of BECKONED, and
hey.
You guys have just been chatting to each other for quite a while.
Well, I mean, this is what we've been doing.
I get it.
So, but in all seriousness, heart and soul into this, and I wanted to be able to keep going. Thank you, Reese. Awesome. Who else is saying?
It's looking great. It's going to be nice. Thing that I've got to ask is the kind of what he's talking about as far as Noah's talking about kind of shifting stuff. For you to be doing the double black, I mean, you can't just shift into the previous page. I mean,
but to be honest, Noah, what I was actually thinking was on that previous page was taking this image and bringing that over into page 9. So this spot right here,
gotcha,
could be this. I would just have to set something else potentially here.
Okay, you could do that. The only thing that's coming into my head, and this is just a suggestion,
is the page turn.
It's not even that, but it's the flow of this. Go back to the flow of this page. You did it. I think it's kind of cool how you have that bright panel, and then right below it you have it fading out.
Yeah. So it reads well doing that. Yeah.
It's so. I mean, you could transfer the thing over, to that page. What do you want to do? Because at the end of the day, it's your comic.
No, this is part of my creative process too.
But you bring up a good point, though, Noah. As far as if you're turning the page, you want it to be conducive. You don't want it to be jolting and break. Your thought. So that
in the Phantom Zone. What's his secret? But see, they're already.
Yeah. That's kind of my fault.
No, it's mine. I was glad to have you in here. I mean, my work has been trying to get out of this comic as fast as I can, and the first part is like just the drafting. Like, I need to get the drafting right. That has to be done. Then I can come back and start measuring perspectives, getting everything lined up just perfectly, and really be anal retentive about everything. Right. But I still need to get my panel flows right. But yeah, I mean, Dwight, like, we only got like maybe 6 minutes left here for tonight's show. That was really because I was late. I might run a little further.
You robbed us, so we've got like about 15 more minutes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
you've got to go for 20 more minutes because you're only 40 minutes in on the live on StreamYard. It says you're 40 minutes live. You can't rob us like that.
And so, like, this supposed to be.
All right. So
what do you want to do for that top panel? Because I think it's kind of cool how you have the other page. Like it reads well. It does a transition pretty cool. But I don't know, because do you want to get rid of that top black panel or no? Because I mean that black panel is different than the other one because it's completely black.
Yeah.
Right, which is kind of on my end, like, dude, I love the fringe stuff, and I love not fringe, and sitting here just trying to even hint at still there's something in the image. Not just a black square, but just even a hint of maybe that light got so much more dimmer before it explodes, you know?
Yeah.
Like even that, but still I'm going from the page turn here, going into that, and then boom. Does that read well enough?
Yeah, it's going to read well. Well, because for that bottom panel, it's not going to be all white, right?
Right. I gotta put some starburst there.
Yeah.
Aw, Joe.
Same here, Joe.
So
Jeremy started his own art bro.
So you're putting. He was talking about the text and the story and everything. So you're going to be putting that on here. Is that kind of the panels that?
Yeah, so like the idea that I was having is you see that white panel?
Yeah.
Instead of having that be a square, we take whatever sound effect Jeremy wants
and just pop it underneath it.
No. You get rid of the white square completely, and then it's just the sound effect, and then you draw inside of the text.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really describe it well, but
no, I hear you. You draw inside the text. What's the image we're putting in?
Well, isn't it like a flash of light or something like that? I don't know, because I mean, it has. You're the one who knows what the stuff's going on. Like, I don't know how this stuff works. You know how it works, but my guess is, if it's fading out like this, and all of a sudden something comes back, my guess is it would probably be like a flash of light or something. So you could do like speed lines. You could do those fractal stuff.
Yes. I was talking more speed liney bursts.
Yeah, like something like that. But it ultimately comes down to what is actually happening and how the stuff works.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. So I'm thinking in the general way how I think it would work. But ultimately, you and your brother know how it works. So it's really, I can only say like, oh, it should do this so much.
Yeah, for sure.
I think something like that you're doing right now, I think that would end up really good.
But it's looking very close to the other one, so I'm trying to differentiate it up just enough.
Yeah.
Where we understand, the darkness is now enveloping your entire vision, and then blast. Now you're getting hit with something else. So.
Yeah, that panel that you just did, it's looking pretty cool. The way how you're doing those lines, whatever. Yeah. Because it looks different than the other panel, which is important.
It looks now like it's collapsing,
like a TV turning off, or the old tube TV.
Yeah. And then now it doesn't look as boring as before when it's just a black thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it helps. So it helps remind the reader that the things
there's something
that. Yeah, exactly.
Speed line time. Yeah. What's the quick, easy way for me to do some speed lines?
I'm normally just freehand.
I think you need to be careful. Isn't this supposed to be like PG-13?
Be easy. Noah's way underage, and we can't be as loose as we normally are.
Well, I didn't say anything. I'm just telling you, you might want to be careful.
Yeah. Come on, Jeremy. He didn't say
come on,
anything.
Jared. Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Wait, so do you want to pop in the sound effect first, right?
If we're
you
doing a
don't,
speed effect, oh yeah, because we're drawing. No, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get this speed effect out.
Okay.
And then type the letters.
Okay.
Rasterize the letters.
And then cut the stuff that's out of it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's better than what I was thinking of. I was thinking you put the letters in and then you're going through each letter trying to do it. But this is actually, this will be faster. And it'll also make sure like everything's connected in that image. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get my lines picked out right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, guys, this is what we're doing now. We're doing comic books. So yeah, Noah, well, thumbnails, man. I mean,
you've got to. If you want to pick up your pace, right? Because you were saying you want to get this done. I would say you need to do the thumbnails that are proper. That are proper thumbnails.
Yeah, because they're small, they're quick.
Because if you notice what's happening, because I've been watching your streams, is you're doing the page and then you're penciling it out and pretty good detail, but then you're realizing, hey, this thing here doesn't work.
Yeah. So and then I have to move around some stuff, right?
Yeah. So even though the pages are looking good, I think it would be faster for you if you were to do the thumbnails, because then you'd have all the story figured out. You would know exactly what's going to be each panel.
Yep.
So then when you go to pencil, you only have to think about penciling.
Right.
Because right now you're juggling.
No. Hold on. I don't consider what I'm doing right now penciling, but it's all about time management.
You're going to do tighter pencils after this, man?
Yes.
And then you're going to ink it?
Yes, this is me exploring this shit, dude.
Wait, you're gonna do tighter?
No, I told you. I believe I told you last. I believe I told you last time.
Man.
I'm not. Hold on, Noah. I think I told you the last time. I'm not going to be doing full pencils because this is the level of my gesturing. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no real reason to do the pencils if I'm going to move straight into the inking from there.
Yeah. I thought that this was like pencils all this time. I was thinking that this was like how detailed you're going to go with the pencils and then you're going to go into the inks.
No. I said this with Joe, and I think I mentioned it to you before, is I don't do pencils like you guys do.
How do you do pencils?
I gesture. So with gesturing, my imagination knows what's going on that. I don't have to draw the little details out.
Yeah.
In pencils, I just go straight into it from the gesture.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying to do. It's just that your gestures are more detailed than my gestures. So it was throwing me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that this was finished pencils, because it's so much more detailed than when I go ahead and when I do, my layouts and my stuff like that. So it threw me off, but yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, but that's also, I throw a lot of monkey wrenches into the conformed nature of doing things, because I'd never done a comic book, never really wanted to jump into it like this, because I've always wanted to do video games, concept art, and stuff like that. But watching Joe do Star Circuit this whole time, I was telling him for years, I should have done a comic book.
Yeah.
So he's like, why don't you try it one time? Because I'm doing a game. And now
you know what you could do? So you said you're gonna do like a campaign for like the comic first?
Yep.
Yeah. So what you do is overprint the comic, okay? And then when you do your video game campaign again, create a tier and limit it to the amount of extra ones that you print, so you don't have to go into another printer. And then what'll happen is the people who bought the comic the first time will have been telling people, hey, did you read Beckoned? What? What's Beckoned? What's
Right.
that? And then they'll be like, oh yeah, it's this cool comic, but it's not. But you can't get it yet. So then when those people go get that comic, right?
Yep.
They'll go to your video game thing, and then they'll end up buying the video game because they want to get the comic.
Right.
So then you'll be getting now a guy who will be buying your video game and playing it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll also help you get it funded.
Yep.
So you can do that too if you want to.
Bancroft was scaring me last night.
What did he do? I wasn't really watching it last night.
His the video title was "Should We Leave Indiegogo?"
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh man.
no, not after I figured Indiegogo out. Don't
Yeah.
you do this to me?
Yeah.
Right.
And
But-
no,
but-
it was
but-
like
but
it was a
I-
clickbaity title.
Yeah, I get what they're saying because it's
Oh, I
like,
do too.
what happens if like Indiegogo kind of goes down the drain and pulls
Yeah,
a Kickstarter on us, and
Now
this
what-
becomes all politicized and all that stuff. But like they aren't gonna do it yet, so it's like
No.
it's fine.
It's what Thunderbuns was talking about with.
With Thunderbuns.
Yeah.
That guy's name cracks
I'm
me
sorry.
up.
I'm sorry. I guess I got to say it the right way. Fully, his full name, Albino Thunderbun, said something really great, which was, it was a thought that I had a few weeks ago, and I remember talking to Dwight about it and to Scoots about it. Was, let's say you overstock what you were going to give out, for your Indiegogo, right? Because sometimes I can't just order the exact number. You have to get a few extra, right? You're getting
Right.
a bulk. So we were thinking, okay, so if we overclock it a little bit, we're going to have a back stock, and that back stock can actually go onto our webpage, our actual Zade Studios webpage.
Yeah.
And we can put a store page on there, which we do have a merchandise section.
Right.
It only has our first edition t-shirt print in there, and so we still have back stock of those, but they were overpriced because we wanted people to get the t-shirts in the Indiegogo. But those shirts have been there forever too. We've had those shirts on the website for a few years now.
Right.
So yeah, it's
like that's what I'm gonna do for my next
It turned out
campaign. Yeah, it looks good. Because for the campaign that I just finished, I didn't overprint it. What I did was I just printed the exact amount because the printer's sending the comics out to the people. They're doing the fulfillment. But for the next one, I want to do fulfillment myself because I want to be able to check each copy before I send it out for any misprints. But what I ended up doing was I had to overprint trading cards because I gave away 2 trading cards as stretch goals. And in order to the trading cards come in pack of 20 for like $18. So I sold like 60 to 60 backers. So I would have had to place that order 3 times just to get enough, and that's for 1 trading card.
no.
But then it went up. But then there's another order for 100 cards, and the price. I'm not gonna say exactly how much it costs, but it costed over 30. But what ended up happening was the price per card dropped, so it was actually saving me money. And then I just told the printer, "Hey, send me some send me the leftover trading cards." So now for my next campaign, what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna create another tier, and I'm gonna limit it to the amount of trading cards that I have left over. That way, then I don't oversell it, but I'll be able to make a profit off of those cards. So you could do something like that. You could do something like that with your comic book for when you do your video game. Because sometimes with printers, if you just print this amount, the price per thing comes down. And then what you can do is you can just resell those over amount of time, and then your profit for that initial campaign goes up because the price per book goes down. Even though you're going to have to hand out extra cash at that moment, you're still making more profit per sale than you would have, and then you just keep selling those books as time goes on. But that's like what Ethan Van Sciver does with Cyberfrog. He overprints it, gets a cheaper price, and then he puts it up on his eBay store and he just sends it like the whole. He just sells it like the whole year through.
I remember when Cyber Frog was being announced. I was watching Ethan's channel like pretty religiously, and I didn't know who the heck he was. Like I just thought, oh, it's a comic book artist has his own art show. Cool. You know, I didn't know who he was. I had no clue, but I watched him. I thought Cyber Frog looked awesome. And I started talking to Joe about it. He's like, oh, yeah, he's a Vince Gamer. I'm like, wait a minute. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah, dude, that guy's huge. I'm like, well, holy crap. And now I haven't stopped hearing about Cyber Frog. And I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. So, the next thing I got to add in this is just the contrast and all that. And that's where my inking comes in. So get my blacks in. So, looks like page 9.
It's looking pretty good.
Okay, so now page 11. All right.
Right. Awesome. And then what I'll do is I'll send you like a thing on Twitter of like the sound effect type thing I'm talking about.
Yeah, onomatopoeias. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that way, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Then you can decide if you want to do it or if you don't. But it's looking good, and doing that like those in that top panel, how you have like those lines coming out of it. That where it works. That works pretty well.
Going from here, sucking down to this, and then boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so that reads.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
So this book's gonna be pretty cool, man. Because it's like you're not doing it like it's because you're not a comic book artist. Well, now you are, but because you're not coming from comic books, you're doing it.
Wait till I release this first. No.
Yeah, I mean, well, technically now you're a comic artist, but you know, because you're coming at it from a different spot, whatever. It's like pretty like unique, whatever. It's like interesting to see how you're doing it.
Good.
Because it's like you're not coming it from like the way how like if you were studying comic. Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty cool. So keep it up.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. And your help helps so much.
I'm not helping that much.
No. I'll tell you. Like I've been kind of keeping this under wraps, but you're kind of a secret weapon to me right now because you're the youngest of the comic group.
Yeah.
And they're all willing to give you these tips and tricks and everything, right?
Yeah,
they're more willing to give it to you than they are to me. Okay, so in which case, if you want to come in here with that young energy and that spongy brain that soaks up all these lessons, and it lets you have a little bit of feeling and going, hey, I helped them get through that. Yeah. I'm down for that. I'm totally down. That's my best help. I mean, Joe would help me if I needed to, but you know, he's busy doing his own stuff, and I know you're busy doing your own stuff. So since you were a regular, I was like, holy crap, I got this kid like actually coming in here and checking this out and helping me.
Well, I mean, you helped me out first. You helped me out first on orangutan, okay? So but you kept on coming in the stream. So then when I found out you had a stream, I'm like, oh, this guy kept on watching my stream. I'll check his stream out because you know we're both like small channels, so we've got to try and help each other grow on YouTube, whatever.
For sure.
So I was like, okay, I'll check his channel out, and then it's kind of fun.
Oh, something else about comics, and something that Albino Thunderbuns said last night was you know, he wanted to ask the artist, hey, you know, you're showing a lot of your artwork on your IndieGogo page.
Yeah.
How does that affect your sales? And it's like Thunderbuns was like, I've actually seen people that do see more art or show more art raise more money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, cool. Show your panels. Don't put your text on there. Maybe you do want to put your text on there because you want to show your letters and
when you do your campaign. When you do your campaign, it's important because there's this guy, Rob the Replicator, right? He's put out a document on how to crowdfund comics, okay? And he basically says, because he goes around, he collects like information from fans and what they like in campaigns.
Yeah.
And it's important to have like 2 lettered pages up there. So when I did my campaign, I took the text out, which I probably shouldn't have done. Like I left like the word balloons and I took the text out. So I would say, and I think that kind of hurt me. I think if I put the lettering in there, it would have helped me get some more sales. So what you could do is do like 2 pages of that are that have lettering, and then just do the rest without them. You know. So you could
guess what, fellas?
What?
Which one's in the center? This one or that one?
Don't you know how to align it?
Yeah, I do. I didn't. I just simply didn't. But anyway, guys,
would you want it aligned?
Because, I know that's the other.
That's the thing, because if you make everything be exactly in the same spot, it'll kind of like it might mess it up. But then again, you're doing a transition panel, so you might want it in the middle.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to have had your help in here.
I was glancing over it anyway.
And look, this was done at a 3 pin or pixel. Now that I've enlarged it, I get to punch more detail into it, making it look even larger.
Yep. Exactly.
Way to go.
Yep.
Well, guys, I love you.
There it goes.
It's 9:15. Let's see what we got going on here. They were saying we weren't paying attention. Well, was it conversation or did we get another hit? It was conversation. But conversation with you guys is amazing, and most of you guys have already put into this, so thank you all so much. I love every bit of you guys. I'm glad you guys keep showing up. This was our last Fun Party Friday for Beckon. But it's only last Friday. We do intend on doing another one of these fun parties on the last day. So that's in 4 days. So we'll be coming back on that last day, trying to hit it hard, showing that, hey, here we are. We're still going with good faith. But, guys, you got to juke when the plays start getting weird. You got to learn how to shift, move around it, and keep moving forward. And Beckon's going to hit you soon. It's either probably going to hit comic book first, and that's great because I'm going backwards in the timeline. I'm setting up events that happen right before the prologue in the game, which you can go play right now. So you can go on Steam, play that prologue, and be like, oh, okay. So this is going to get us to that point. Noah, if you haven't seen that yet, you're going to be like, how is he driving this into that? Okay, but that's exactly what's going to happen. Then if I do a second issue, I'm going to go to the events before this book and go back. So
I actually downloaded the demo a little while ago, and I gave it like a play, whatever. And everybody should download it. I was worried it was going to be a huge file, the demo.
No,
it was so that was good because one time I tried to download a game from Steam and it took like 4 hours.
Yeah,
this one took like 15 minutes. So everybody download it, whatever. Subscribe to the channel, do all that stuff.
Subscribe, like, all that. How many? We got 3 people watching now. All together, we've had some good people. You guys are always awesome. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Dwight, it was great having you here. And
glad I could make it.
And
so I was late.
No, I was late. Not you. I was late. My dog locked me out of the house for the second time this week. So
shouldn't have happened a second time.
Bye, everybody. I love you, Dwight.
Well, get you a second key.
I did.
And keister it.
No, I'm okay. I'm all right with that. I got to play somewhere else.
You know, because it's key.
That's profound. That was profound.
Man,
these are the minds behind Beckon. Just remember that.
I'm sharp.
Not like that key would be. That key would be sharp.
Yeah, key might be. Be careful.
All right, you too, man. Love you. Love everybody. Thank you guys so much. Have a safe weekend. Have some fun. You'll see me again tomorrow. Probably it's Saturday, so I'm going to do noon tomorrow. So if that works out, great. If it doesn't work out, we'll readjust. All right.
Later on.
Later, guys. Later, Noah. Thank you.
See ya.
Later, Reese, Art Jedi, everybody. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys again. Laters.